So human beings have their own particular place, right? This is the earth. Or according to the system of 4 great continents, then the habitat of human beings are the four great continents. Now above the human beings there is what? Next one. What's that? Chatu Maharajika. They are celestial beings. So lower celestial beings. They are called Chatu Maharajika. Chatu means 4 and Maharaja means great kings. So 4 great kings, 4 protectors of 4 directions. So they are a kind of deities or celestial beings, but their habitat or their place is from the root of Mount Meru up to about half of the height of Meru, Mount Meru. So we can say Mount Meru should have two levels. So let us see. It doesn't give anything here. So let me see. From the half of Mount Meru to the top of Mount Meru, right? That is the place of the Chatu Maharajika gods. And then from the root up to the half is the place of the demons and the others. So they have their own location. The Chatu Maharajikas, the lowest of the celestial beings. Above them, there is another realm called Tawatingsa. Tawatingsa is said to be situated on the top of Mount Meru. On top of Mount Meru, and then it stretches in 4 directions, so in space. So that is the second celestial realm. And the next is what? The third one, Yama. So it's in the space. And after that, above that, what? Tusita, a realm of celestial beings. And Tusita realm is said to be a good place to be reborn in, because all bodhisattvas were reborn in Tusita before they came down to the human world to become Buddhas. So the bodhisattva of Mithya, the future Buddha, may be there in Tusita heaven. Therefore, many people want to be reborn in Tusita heaven so that they could see the bodhisattva there, listen to his preaching there, and then come down to the human world with him and get enlightenment. Above that is what we call Nimanaradi, another kind of celestial beings, another kind of deities. Now, what is their nature? They enjoy the 5 sense objects which they created for themselves. Do you want to be reborn there? You can create for yourself the happiness. You can create anything and enjoy those things. Very good, right? Don't you want to be reborn there? Hmm? Then above that, the sixth of the celestial realm, Paranimita Vasavati. They enjoy 5 sense pleasures, pleasure objects created by others for them. They are lazier celestial beings. They don't want to create them for themselves, but they let other people create for them and they enjoy them. So they are called Paranimita Vasavati. So they are a step higher than the ones who have to create themselves. So these are the six realms of devas or celestial beings. So their realm is one above the other. So they begin with the half of Mount Meru, and then on top of Mount Meru, and then in space. How many realms do we have up till now? 11. Yes. Among these 11, the first 4 are called, on the right side, Kama Dukkati. Kama means sensuous sphere. Dukkati means unhappy destiny. So, unhappy destiny of sensuous sphere. These four. So there's always suffering there in these four states. Then the other seven are called, on the left side, Kama Sugati, happy destiny of sensuous sphere. Because among these realms, beginning with human beings, there is happiness. Although there is suffering among human beings, there is also happiness. Happiness as known by common people. So they are called happy destinies or happy states. So how many happy states are there? Happy sensuous states. 7. Right? 6 celestial realms and 1 human realm. So these 7 are called in Pali Kama Sugati. So happy states of sensuous sphere. Now people who do meritorious deeds, say making donations, keeping precepts, helping people, even practicing meditation, and as a result of the meritorious deeds, they can be reborn in one of these 7 happy states. So you make a donation here, and as a result of this, you may be reborn in one of these 7. And you practice, you keep precepts, and as a result of the keeping precepts, you may be reborn in one of these 7. Even you practice meditation, and even if you don't get any enlightenment, still as a result of the meditation, you can be reborn in one of these 7 states of happiness. Now above these 11, what do you see? In blue color, Rupa Loka, right? So Rupa Loka, realms of forms. These are the planes where people who get jhana in this life, form jhana and formless jhana, who get jhana in this life are reborn after death. So somebody gets jhana here in this life, and he keeps this jhana intact, and then he dies, then he will be reborn in, say, one of these, how many? 20. So one of these 20 states. So they are called Rupa Loka, realms of forms. That means the beings born in those states are called Brahmas. Brahma. They are a form of higher celestial beings. They are also celestial beings, but they are higher than those born in the 6 happy states in pink color. So they are called Brahmas, and these are reborn in those states as a result of the jhana they attained previously, as a human being or as celestial beings, or even as lower Brahmas. They will be reborn in a higher Brahmas. So they are called Brahmas. And there are altogether 20 realms of Brahmas. Now, please read the first 3. So there are, say, 20 planes of Brahmas, and among them, the lower 16 are called Rupa Loka, or realms of forms. That means those born there have both mind and body. So they look like human beings. So they have bodies like human bodies, and they have also mind. So they have both mind and body, but they are called here Rupa Loka because mind is taken for granted. Now, the first of these are what? Realm of Brahma, retinue, realm of Brahma, ministers, realm of great Brahma. Now let us call the first jhana. These 3 are called the first jhana planes. So there are 3 first jhana planes. Now in order to understand it, you must understand that there are four form jhanas and four formless jhanas. So if you get the first form jhana here, and then you die and reborn there, then you may be reborn in one of the three first jhana planes. If you get second jhana here, and you die with that second jhana, you will be reborn in one of the three second jhana planes. You may not remember the names because they are difficult names. And then if you get third jhana here, and you die with the third jhana, you will be reborn in the one of the three third jhana planes. Then, so there are three first jhana planes, three second jhana planes, three third jhana planes. What is the next? Fourth jhana plane. Now, how many are there in fourth jhana plane? No, fourth jhana plane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 fourth jhana planes. So if you get fourth jhana here, and you die with the fourth jhana intact, and if you are a Puthujana or a Sotapanna, means stream winner, or a Sagadagami, then you will be reborn in the first of that realm of great reward, Vihapala. Now, if you get fourth jhana here, and you are a Puthujana, you are not unenlightened, or if you reach the first or second stages of enlightenment, then you will be reborn in the realm of great reward, only there. But if you are an anagami, non-returner, then you will be reborn in one of the topmost 5. Did I skip anyone?
Arhat.
No, not yet. Did I skip one of the realms?
No.
Look at it carefully.
Second one? Only body, no mind.
Only body, no mind.
Yeah, right. I skipped that, right? Now, that is special. Now, that realm, what does it say on the right side? No body. I mean, only body, no mind. So the Brahmas born in that realm have only body, physical body, no mind. So they are like statues. Yeah, but the only difference is they have what we call physical life, some kind of physical life. So they don't get rotten or something like that. But the statues have no physical life. They are composed of inanimate things only. So that is the only difference. They have no mind. So for 500 couples, for 500 world cycles, they were there without mind, just a physical body there. Now, what kind of people are these? Say who are reborn there? Now, in this life they get fourth jhana, but they think that what makes us suffering, what makes us suffer is the mind. When you have mind, you suffer. If you don't have mind, like the statues, you don't suffer. So they find fault with mind. So they practice meditation with the intention of eliminating mind. So they get the fourth jhana, a special type of fourth jhana. And as a result of that fourth jhana, when they are reborn as Brahmas, no mind, just the body there. So they are a peculiar kind of Brahmas. And they will be there for 500, say, world cycles. And when they were there, they cannot see, they cannot hear, they have no mind. So even the Buddha goes there and talk to them, they won't hear, they won't know anything. right? So that realm is said to be unsuitable place to be reborn. Because you cannot take advantage of the Buddha. See, even there was Buddha in the world, you cannot hear his Dhamma, you cannot practice, and so you cannot get enlightenment. You are just stuck there for 500 long world cycles. So they are the peculiar type of Brahmas. So the top 5, and the 5 of the blues, they are called Suddha Vasa, the pure abodes. That means the place of pure being. Now, who are the beings that are reborn in these five realms? Yeah, anagamis. So those who have reached the third stage of enlightenment. After reaching the third stage of enlightenment, they invariably develop fourth jhana, and then after they die, they are reborn in one of these 4 Brahma realms, and they are called realms of pure beings, because they do not have, they have very little attachment or craving, attachment to the Brahma world, no attachment to sensuous things, no anger, and so they are called pure beings. Not totally pure as arahants, but they are very, very pure. So they are called pure beings, and this is a place for them. Now, the topmost 4 in yellow color, what are they called? Arupa Loka. That means formless realms. They are another kind of peculiar Brahmas. Now, after getting the 4th jhana, in this world, as a human being, after getting the 4th jhana, they think in this way. Because we have this physical body, we have suffering, all sorts of ailments, right? So you sit for some time, and then you have pain here and there, right? Sometimes you cut your finger, sometimes you hit against something and you have suffering. So all this suffering comes from the fact that you have this physical body. If you can be without this physical body, you won't suffer. So they think that way. So they find fault with physical body, just as the other Brahmas find fault with mind. So they develop the 4th jhana. And then from that 4th jhana, they try to attain a higher jhana called formless jhana. And as a result of their meditation, then they get that jhana, that formless jhana. So if they get the first formless jhana and they die with that formless jhana intact, then they will be reborn in the first of the formless Brahma realm. Then after reaching the first formless jhana, they may want to get to the second formless jhana. So they practice meditation again and they get the second formless jhana. And after they die, they will be reborn in the second formless realm. Then they go one step further and they try to get the third formless jhana. And after getting third formless jhana and they die, they are reborn in the third of the formless realm. And then the highest jhana, the 4th formless jhana, they try to get fourth formless jhana. And if they die with 4th formless jhana intact, and then after that they will be reborn in the uppermost, the highest realm among the 31 realms. It is the 4th formless realm. So these are called the formless realm. And here, what is that here? Only mind exists. One is reborn here after attaining Arupa jhana. So when a person is reborn there, since he detested the physical body, as a result of that meditation, there is no physical body for him, just the mind there, without anything to depend on, not like mind with us. With us human beings or the devas, mind needs a physical base. Say in order for seeing consciousness to arise, we need the eye as a physical base and so on. But in these realms, mind does not need a physical base. So it is only in these four realms that mind can exist without the physical base. But in all these realms, mind needs a physical base. Do you want to be reborn in one of these four states? Huh? So you'll enjoy happiness there, right? No physical body, no ailment, no disease. But there is one flaw.
No pleasure.
There is only mind, right? No eye, no ear. So you cannot see, you cannot hear. So like the what do you call, body only Brahmas, you cannot take advantage of the Buddha's teaching. Even if the Buddha goes to them and talk to them, they cannot hear simply because they have no ear. They cannot see the Buddha simply because they have no eye, just the mind. So these four are also called unsuitable places. Although they are a very high form of Brahmas. Concerning getting enlightenment, they are no place for those who want to get enlightenment. Because once you are reborn there, and you will be there for a very, very long time, and many Buddhas will appear during that time, and you cannot take advantage of any appearance of Buddha. So it is actually not a good place to be reborn in. Now, you know the type of persons who are called noble persons. That means you have those who have gained enlightenment. Now, can noble persons be reborn in these states?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
You say yes, right? Why? And you say no, why?
Because some can be enlightened, but they only got the first, their once returner or certain, or they have to be reborn a few more times, so they have to be born somewhere.
And why no?
If a person is already enlightened, it means that they have free from all delusions and negative qualities. All of these still has one of the other limitations, and that's why they're here, right?
Okay. Now, it is said that noble persons can also be reborn there. Sometimes they have got the formless jhanas, and they are attached to these jhanas, and they cannot give these up. And so if they die with the jhanas intact, then they will be reborn in these states too. And they will be there for many world cycles. Now, the only thing that cannot be achieved there is to reach the first stage of enlightenment. After reaching first stage of enlightenment as a human being, then that person can be reborn in these realms. It's all right for him. But if a person reaches one of these states as a puthojana, as a non-enlightened person, then he cannot get enlightenment in those states. Because for ordinary persons to become enlightened, they need instruction from another. They need to hear some instruction from their teacher, from the Buddha. Since there are no ears there, they cannot hear. Even though you go to them and give instructions 100 times, 1,000 times, they will not hear you. So they cannot get that information from another person, and so they cannot become enlightened if they are reborn there as non-enlightened persons. But if they get enlightenment in this life, say the first stage of enlightenment, then they can be reborn there, and they can go up to the higher stages of enlightenment there. Because for the higher stages, they don't need instruction from others. Only for the first stage do they need instruction from others. Now, what is the answer to my question? Do you want to be reborn there? Yeah, right. If you have reached the first stage here, it may be yes, right? It's okay to be reborn there, and because you can get the higher stages. But if you are a if you are an unenlightened person, then the answer should be no, because you cannot get any enlightenment there. So that is why they are called the unsuitable places. Now, immediately after the birth of Bodhisattva, the birth of the Buddha, the Bodhisattva who would become the Buddha, a sage came to see the baby, right? Do you remember that? A sage came to see the baby, and after seeing the baby Bodhisattva, what did he do?
Right.
He laughed, and then he cried, right? So the king was, the father of the baby was alarmed, the king. So he asked, what is it? See, first you laughed, and then you cried. Is there any danger to my baby? He said, no. Then why did you cry? He said, why did you laugh? I laugh because I am happy, because this baby is going to be a Buddha in the world, and he will save many beings. And so I am happy, and so I laughed. Then why did you cry? Because I will not be able to take advantage of his Buddhahood. That's why I cried. Why? Because he was the sage who has got the 4 arupa jhanas. And he was so attached to these jhanas that he could not give them up. So he will die with these arupa jhanas intact, and then he will be reborn in the world where there are no ears, no eyes, and so he cried. Now, attachment is very dangerous. He knew that he won't be able to take advantage of the Buddha because he was going to be reborn there. If he give up these 4 arupa jhanas and climb down to the 4th rupa jhana. Now, when Bodhisattva renounced the world and then went into the forest, he met 2 teachers, right? So the first one is Alara Kalama, and the second one is Uddaka Ramapoda. He practiced under them, and then he left them and practiced on his own. And then eventually he became the Buddha. Then after becoming the Buddha, he thought of to whom he should first teach. And then a thought came to him that I should teach Alara Kalama because he is an intelligent man. Then he knew that Alara Kalama has died 7 days ago. Then Buddha said, oh, it is a great loss for him. Then he thought of teaching Uddaka Ramapoda. Then a thought came to him, he has died just the previous night. So Buddha said again, oh, it is a great loss for him. So Buddha taught his first sermon to the 5 disciples, right? So why did Buddha say that it was a great loss for Alara Kalama and Uddaka Ramapoda? Yeah. Alara Kalama reached 3rd formless jhana, and Uddaka Ramapoda reached the 4th formless jhana. So after they died with these jhanas intact, and so they will be reborn in one of these. The Alara Kalama will be reborn in the 3rd, and Uddaka Ramapoda in the 4th. So they have no opportunity to hear the Dhamma, to be taught to them. That is why Buddha said, oh, it was a great loss for them.